So, after Georgia's impressive win over Arkansas, is Georgia the best team in the country?
I'll go ahead and say I think so.
I'll give you my pick, and I believe that is the truth as well.
I believe so, but I don't want them ranked number one, and I don't think they should be ranked number one.
I respect that. That's how I was when Clemson was actually good.
Because of this, Bama's done nothing to show that they should be dropped.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we haven't really seen JT come out against an elite defense and perform. Now, yesterday, and I kept telling Dallas this, at that Arkansas game, I got to see it firsthand. I don't remember but a few times that an Arkansas safety lined up more than 10 or 12 yards deep.
Right.
And we ran the ball that well.
Right.
I mean, they had safeties in the box. I don't remember a time that they went back safeties more than 10 or 12 yards deep. And only a few times they had a single safety deep.
Right.
If they do that against JT, he's putting up 400 yards.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what I want to see that. But that's why I say don't rank them number one. But I do think top to bottom, Georgia's the best.
I agree. But before we get into that.
I'd like to thank Cam Smith.
Thank you, Cam.
With the American Senior Benefits Insurance Company. All your insurance needs, make sure you go see him. Be staying tuned. He will be on the set here soon, the next couple videos.
Let's go.
Giving you some insight and some intel on what his thing is and some different things going on there. Also with the Just Jesus Radio Network. All your gospel preaching, gospel singing.
Our boy Dave's on there.
Internet radio app. Our boy Dave is on there, 8:30 on Saturday mornings. Make sure you go give him a listen every Saturday at 8:30.
Appreciate it, Cam. So, as far as Georgia goes, Bama's defense has been suspect, and then they impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that the game could have been a lot closer.
No, it should have been.
Smarter game from Lane Kiffin, a better game from them, and if you give Ole Miss that star receiver, I think that helps.
Yeah.
I think the game could have been closer, and I think if like I say, if Lane plays it better, and they perform better, and not necessarily because of course I wish we'd have played better, we'd done better. Yeah. If you had that wide receiver and you make better choices,
and just not coached cocky.
Right, exactly.
He coached so arrogant and cocky.
That's the thing, and that's Lane.
And I'm all for being aggressive, but
right.
he took it too far.
I think you need to be aggressive at times, and if you're going to beat a team like Saban, you probably need to be aggressive. But you don't need to be stupid about it.
Right.
And so the Bama defense impressed, so like I said, to that extent. And the Georgia defense, obviously better, but continues to do what they're doing.
100%.
But as of right now, you could argue, hey, Bama's offense has more of an identity. Because JT can't stay
Definitely.
healthy.
That's Georgia's biggest weakness right now.
And we don't know the extent of JT's injury. It could simply be a week-to-week thing, or it could be a bigger issue than we really think. I know there's been quarterbacks, and I forget the name of the NFL quarterback right now, with the lat injury. I think it was Dak Prescott struggled with a lat injury.
Yep.
And it affected him.
during the preseason when he came back, yeah.
It affected him for a while.
Yeah, but then it was like 1 week he was struggling with it, and the next week it was gone.
Right.
And he's been fine since.
And Kirby said that his was worse than JT's is. And so I don't know, maybe JT starts next week. I don't think he will. I got something like that, but
I see it.
I can see that corner of my eye.
It's like your eye.
I don't know what it is, but it'll be all right. I don't know. I don't think JT plays against Auburn, and that worries me to death. And I've talked to Georgia fans all day. Oh, we're not worried. I am, because I've seen Stetson come out and throw pick sixes. I've seen Stetson come out and throw interceptions.
Well, one thing I like about Stetson this week is he made some good throws. He did.
He always does.
Yeah, one of the throws that I remember that he made was that wheel route to the running back. I think it was Cook.
It was McIntosh, I believe.
McIntosh, they called it. But that great ball. I mean, great touch on it. And the thing, he did have that one play where Brock Bowers went out in the flat, and he should have hit him earlier. But he waited a little bit long, and
not only that, it just wasn't accurate,
and it should have been picked. But the thing is that I liked about Stetson is he didn't try to overdo it.
Right.
When he needed to get the first down, he tucked the ball and he'd run. Which, by the way, he's quick.
Yeah, he is
quick.
He's
really good at that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what though. I mean, Stetson Bennett. I mean, he's nowhere near as good as JT.
No.
He can. he makes some throws that you go, wow.
Yeah,
That's a really, really dang good throw.
Right. Yeah. He knows how to manage the game very well.
Especially with 6'3", he may actually be good.
If it's not there, he's not going to force it. If he needs to tuck it and run, he's going to tuck it and run. Like I said, I think y'all can go up to Auburn and beat Auburn with Stetson.
Oh, no doubt. I think we can.
With your offensive line.
I think y'all will.
And the way that y'all run the ball and your defense. I don't. Me personally, until you play Bama, I don't think anybody's scoring over 20 against your defense.
Yeah,
well,
max.
We're averaging,
max, yeah.
Our defense on average allows 4.4 points a game.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Need to score 2 field goals.
Y'all are so dominant defensively, but to go back to Alabama real quick, since they are the #1 team, I agree. After I watched them play Florida, I was thinking to myself, I was like, they're definitely gonna lose a game in the season because I mean they truly got out physical. They really got manhandled by Florida. Florida ran at will on Alabama after about the first quarter in that game.
And then the way Florida looked this week, I mean.
Yeah, well, but then you go watch Alabama, like David was saying, play Ole Miss against that offense and look significantly better on defense. But as David said, they're not Georgia's defense, and I agree. I can piggyback off what David said. I do think offensively they have more of an identity. I think Bryce Young is. I think Bryce Young's definitely got a higher ceiling than JT, and I feel like JT's a little bit of like, in a sense, sort of like a mythical creature right now. Like we see him play a game and we're like, wow, this dude's great, but it's against nobody, and we know he's got it because we saw him a little bit last year, and then he just keeps getting injured. The time that he has this chance to really show the country and show the world, he's just not able to because he's not able to play. But I think that's going to come whenever he gets healthy, and I think JT and Bryce Young are neck and neck because of experience and stuff like that. And I truly think I agree with you when I was a Clemson fan, still a Clemson fan, but when Clemson was actually good and we were a top 3 team like every single year. But I was like you. I was like, I'd rather just not be ranked #1. I'd rather be ranked 2. I'd rather be ranked 3. A little bit of a chip on your shoulder. So I agree with you there. I wouldn't want to be ranked #1, but from my perspective, if Alabama and Georgia were to play on a neutral field tomorrow, I think Georgia wins by 10 to 14 points.
Well, here's
a healthy JT.
Here's my thing.
Yeah, with a healthy
Here's
JT.
my thing and why I think Georgia ought to
especially when y'all get Georgia Pickens.
Is the best team in the country. Is every week now they've come out and people's doubted them. People, against Clemson, they thought Clemson would win. Georgia come out and they did what they had to do. It wasn't a pretty game, but they came out and did what they had to do.
Go home. That's all you need
to beat Clemson. Then they blow out UAB, which is what they're supposed to do. They come out, blow out or beat South Carolina pretty handily. And then they get to who'd you play after that?
So it's my mind. There's another trash team.
Yeah, another trash team. Oh, Vanderbilt. Yeah, you beat Vanderbilt 62.
UAB probably beat Vanderbilt
62 to nothing.
UAB's not bad.
Not Vanderbilt.
So and then then you get a top 10 matchup with an Arkansas team coming off of a big win against Texas A&M.
Multiple big wins, really.
Yeah,
the
throttle in Texas. Arkansas's on the high. This is their year. Sam Pittman's changed the team. It's a top 10 matchup, and you come out there and you dominate. And it's not even close.
It didn't. And Menu kept saying that the atmosphere felt like a top 10 matchup, but watching on the field, if I was they
didn't like they were in the same league.
Yeah, like John likes to say, like if I'd have woke up from a coma and you ushered me into that game and we just watched the game together, I'd have said, "Oh, Georgia's playing an FCS team."
Right.
It's or you would have said this is the regular Arkansas team that we've come to know. The one that goes 6-6, 7-5 in a season, not the one that's ranked number 8 in the country.
And what I want to see from Arkansas, and I know that's not what we're talking about, I want to see them recover, but that's what happens.
They play Ole Miss this week. Good game.
Oh, that'll be a good one. What happens is there's gaps, man, and we see that in the playoffs. And we've been saying it's Georgia, Bama, and everybody else. I didn't know if I truly believed that, but after seeing Oregon lose,
oh yeah.
Now
who else you got?
Now third is really Iowa, and Iowa's good, but there is a legitimate gap.
There's a big gap right now. Absolutely,
it's Georgia, Bama, put whoever you want at 1. I don't care. If they're going to play each other, we're going to find out.
Yeah, they'll find out.
There's not just a little bit of a gap.
Possibly play each other twice.
I think they will. There's a major
I agree.
gap.
I definitely agree.
Not small. It's big.
I think if Georgia or Alabama were to play Iowa, who's the number 3 team right now, again tomorrow, that both of those win by 14 plus.
Yeah,
without really much of an issue. To be honest,
I agree with that. I agree with that for sure.
The way Georgia dominated the lines of scrimmage yesterday against and that's the thing. I heard all week from all kinds of social media, Georgia ain't had a real test. We Clemson, we see they're not who we thought they were.
Right.
Oh, this is your first. You're gonna lose this game. JT's not even playing. You're gonna lose 37-0.
Yeah.
Dominance.
And I will tell you,
Arkansas's not all that good.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. I've noticed all on social media that as soon as y'all blow out Arkansas is really nothing. And I will say this, in my opinion, I think Arkansas is a legit top 15 team. I don't think they're a top 10 team yet.
I agree.
They throttled a Texas team that was still starting.
It wasn't Card.
Yeah, or it wasn't Casey Thompson.
Yeah.
And
whoever is now.
Yeah.
Right. And then they beat a Texas A&M team that's reeling. I mean, they just lost to Mississippi State yesterday.
They were literally ranked 6 2 weeks ago.
Which their offense has been nothing after their quarterback went out. And now Zach Calzada stepped in.
Yeah.
But now I do think that Arkansas is a legit top 15 team. But I think there's such a gap that when you say, man, that's number 8 versus number 2, that's normally a close matchup. But it's because there's such a huge gap, and then everybody goes, "Oh, Arkansas is just really not that good." No, they're a good football team.
Right.
Really
They'll win football games.
Georgia's on a whole nother planet
Arkansas
right now. They really
can
are.
blow out most teams. And by the way, if Arkansas and number 3 played tomorrow, close game.
Yeah.
Arkansas could win it.
Yeah, I agree with
But
that.
I agree.
The thing is, 1 and 2, Bama and Georgia, it's a major gap.
Right.
And so, is Georgia the best team? On paper, probably.
Yeah, I'd say talent-wise, paper-wise, yeah.
They've got if we see what we saw yesterday consistently, they got the better run game than Bama.
Yeah.
When JT's in, they've got a more experienced, I'm not saying more talented because Bryce Young's extremely talented, but I can promise you Bryce Young ain't played a Georgia defense.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that the redshirt freshman plays that Georgia defense, and we shut him down. We did it to Tua. And we've done it to Jalen Hurts. Now, both times the other guy came in and beat us.
Yeah.
But we did. We literally took away Tua's Heisman.
Yeah.
I joke around about that, but it's true. We did.
Absolutely.
And so I don't see all year anybody scoring more than 20 or 24.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I agree with that.
Maybe a team gets 30 like Bama if they score on defense or something.
Right.
But on that offense or that defense, so I don't see us allowing more than 3 touchdowns in one game. And that's just how good they are. It's ridiculous how good they are.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous the fact that 99 can move like it can, and the fact that 88 may be better than 99.
Yeah, I was about to say in that Jordan Davis is probably not even the best one.
No, and that's the thing. People don't realize that. And Jordan Davis is elite, but because of how big he is, his stamina doesn't allow him to play 3 downs.
Right.
And so that could be a knock on him. But, I mean, he's a run stopper. That's what he prides himself on. We bring our other guys in our times we want to pin back and get the passer. You're not going to see Davis get a lot of sacks. He blocks up, soaks up blocks like a nose tackle is supposed to do. But the fact that you've got 99 and he's a first rounder and regarded as the best lineman in college football, and 88 beside him maybe better.
Yeah.
No,
and 88 is not even technically a starter.
Yeah. It's scary.
I mean, that's how good that defense is. That defense is good enough. Georgia can win most games by only scoring 10 or 13 points.
No,
I can agree with that. So, well, let us know what you think. Is Georgia the best team in the country? And don't do it just off of your bias because you're a Georgia hater and Georgia this. But give us your honest opinion of what you really think about Georgia and are they the best team in the country and what would happen if they play Bama today. But
with a healthy JT.
With a healthy JT, of course.
Yeah, with Stetson, Bama would win.
Yeah. But until next time, keep talking ball.